Turner Yell makes the stop in the secondary for Denver. 1st and 10. The fake. Good. Block in there, and down it goes. Caught at the 30.
Welcome to the Fins Tailgate. It's where we elevate. Miami Dolphins talk, yeah, we never hesitate. Breaking news, hot takes, we keep it up to date. And when the fans speak up, the panel resonates. We live that aqua and orange from the field to the mic. Breaking down the plays, man, we talk it every night. From Tua to the defense, you know we keep it tight. NFL moves, you know we got the insight. We open up the floor, yeah, it's your time to shine. Fans drop the heat with opinions realigned. You got concerns, bring them, we're gonna chime. The Fins Tailgate's where we keep it prime. Welcome to the Fins Tailgate, it's where we elevate. Miami Dolphins talk, yeah, we never hesitate. Breaking news, hot takes, we keep it up to date. And when the fans speak up, the panel resonates. The NFL's changing, but we stay on the grind. Latest breaking stories, we don't waste no time. From the trades to the rumors, we make them all align. At the Fins Tailgate, we always on the climb. We're repping the Dolphins, but it's NFL wide. From South Beach to the league, we keep it worldwide. Got the fans engaged with the energy supplied. Come kick it at the tailgate, we're riding high tide. Welcome to the Fins Tailgate, it's where we elevate. Miami Dolphins talk, yeah, we never hesitate. Breaking news, hot takes, we keep it up to date. And when the fans speak up, the panel resonates. So if you love the game, you know we got the gate. Tune in, speak out, don't wait, it's your fate. This is the Fins Tailgate, now watch us dominate. Miami Dolphins, NFL, yeah, we integrate.
Yeah, boy, it's your boy El Capitan, and welcome to another episode of the Fins Tailgate Purple Jacket Edition. Holla for a dollar. What's good, everybody? Thanks for getting in here. Hit the like button, everybody. I see plenty already stumbling in at chat at the start of the program. And looky what the cat drug in with the kitty cat emoji, Carla. I know you've been shadow watching us, Carla, talking about living in rent-free in somebody's head. We miss you, Carla. We'll see you in chat, Carla. Liz in here. Hit the like button, Liz. Shake Money member, family member, show contributor, producer, host, a man of many, many talents. Shake the money maker. And if you bring the money out, Shake will shake for you. Nene in here. Salute, Nene. Good to see you. I got to see that clip, Nene, you said you were going to send me of the other night on Late Night Exhale when we were having a good time. You said there was a clip you were going to – I want to see it because I got to be honest. I got to go back and watch a little bit of it. There's quite a bit. I looked at the bottle and I was like, holy cow, I did drink the rest of that. And that was too much for one sitting. I don't care if it was 3 hours. I don't care if it was 10 hours. It's too much to drink. But, hey, that's kind of how it goes down at Club Exhale. Scott Jackson in here. What's up? Tua and Tanner Connor, Camp All-Stars. That's true. Member, family member, show contributor, Mr. Polk around here. What's up, Mr. Polk? Hit the like button. Joe Wrist, who Joe getting involved these days. Love you, Joe. Hit the like button. Member in here. Ms. Relentless, good morning. Wait, it's not morning. Good after. Wait, no, it's not afternoon. Good evening. Good morning, good evening, and good night. Thank you, Ms. Relentless, for coming through. Jamie in here. Salute, Jamie. What's up, buddy? Delusional Patriots fan says, Fins Tail Gatekeepers. Hell no. Now, that ain't no. Listen, that's a bold-faced lie. Ooh, a little bit of thunder. Guess we'll have some mood setting here tonight. Looks like it's going to rain over here in Central Florida. That's a lie. We don't gatekeep around here. We have been, in fact, I would say our overwhelming welcoming mentality is what kind of gets us in trouble a lot. And so much so that we are such pioneers of actual free speech and actual opinions and not silencing or gatekeeping anybody is the very crux of the problem a lot of people in this community seems to have with us here at the Fins Tailgate. I would say that we are so much of the opposite, Delusional Patriots fan, that's why we find ourselves in this episode here directly. Kevin Lee, what's going on, buddy? Salute. Ain't seen you around these parts in a minute, buddy. Good to see you still popping in. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. What's going on, homie? Mondo. Told you we were going live tonight, Mondo. We in there. Who's that? Oh, God. Michael. Dolphins go 5-12. They do. Oh, sending it now. I'll be watching that. Maybe I'll pull it up later. We'll see what kind of time we got. Who else in here? Shout out to Cat for Life. Salute. Bryson, the homie. Oh, look. Look what a different cat drug in. Actually, the cat threw this up. Look at that. It's Mo. I'm just messing with you, Mo. Good to see you, buddy. I seen you on the spaces the other day. I didn't have time to chop it up, but good to see you around, homie. Good to see you around. Hit the like button. That's it. Just facts come around the yonder. I got color in the back, and I got Tonk as well, and neither of them know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, they do know about the gatekeeping in the community. They do know about the shadow banning that the Miami Dolphins cabal has perpetrated on us here at the Fins Tailgate. It's a fact. You know, it's a fact. Nobody wants to give old Purple Jacket a chance, really. And they've put narratives on us here at the tailgate. They've got preconceived notions. They've got agendas to push about us and why, we don't fucks with you. And we over here, you know, me and Tom and Dick and Harry are, you know, we're to be trusted, and we don't like those guys, you know, don't fuck with them. And then also at the same time, trying to discredit what programming and who's knowledgeable and why it's good to watch. And holy shit, Thomas in the crib. What up, Thomas? We've been talking about you, Thomas. Wondering where you've been. Missing you, buddy. Missing you, Thomas. Glad to see you pulling up, buddy. Glad to see you pull up. Aquavision making it. What's up, Aqua? So, hit the like button, everybody. Let's just kind of bring up who I got in the back with me real quick. I got Tonk. What's up, Tonk? What's going on, buddy?
Yo, what's good?
We in it again, Tonk.
I'm ready. I know. That's what I'm hearing. What I'm hearing. I want to know. I want to know who's gatekeeping, because all I see is it's like open borders here. There ain't nobody gatekeeping. So, you know, we got to figure out who that is.
Color, would you like to shed a little light? And thank you for making it, Color. Color been a busy mofo. I know everybody's like, "Where's Color? We miss Color. Love you, Color."
Does that stand for Color the Keeper?
Color's been busy crunching the numbers. Okay, this is college educated Color you guys have been getting as of recent, just so everybody knows. So this is Smarty Pants McGee Color, non-biased, understanding, knowing, and clear-minded color commentary. Color, can you catch Tonk up to speed best way you can on what type of shadow banning, what type of gatekeeping us here at the Fins Tailgate have been subjected to since day one, and as of what I'm going to pull up here in a little bit, actual proof of the shadow banning and gatekeeping that the Dolphins community is perpetrating on the tailgate.
Actual proof, huh?
Actual receipts, as the kids like to say. Actual receipts of the shadow banning and gatekeeping of the Fins Tailgate and El Capitan in particularly, because you know what? Everybody plays nice or they just kind of avoid. But I'm coming to realize that there is a lot of hidden, dark, stewing hate that people are obviously dropping little driblets in other people's ears around the community on why y'all need to stay away from El Capitan and Color and Tonk and us here at the Fins Tailgate, and really why the fans of the Fins Tailgate are the worst fans to have, which I find to be just
no way.
Dude, listen, I mean, that's the only thing I can think of. because I know a lot of my fans are also blocked from channels, blocked from people on X. These are the people that when they engage and people disagree with them, they don't have an intelligent argument. They put them on blast. They say how dumb they are, and then they have a bunch of minions pile on them, and they run them up out of the community. And the problem that they have with the Finn's tailgate that I know is that they can't run us. They tried that on us for years, and they're like, "Fuck, these sons of bitches can't do nothing." The problem is, I feel like because we've been gone quiet the last couple of months, motherfuckers are thinking, "Oh, get them while they're down. They're obviously struggling. Something like there's something else. Like they think they can fucking try to get one over at the tailgate." And all we've done is just kind of, been busy with other shit. We ain't gone, baby. And don't make us come back for those reasons.
It's not even season right now. So
don't make us come back for those reasons. Color, can you catch him up on the shadow banning and gatekeeping we've experienced here over the years at the tailgate?
It starts with the subtle disinformation campaign to discredit you from anything that you might be speaking about. And that's up to and including, referencing you and this and that, and creating a situation, using other people to basically create a situation where you're either looked at it as uncredible because you engage with it, or you let the people set the narrative for you by not engaging with it, sort of like politics, you know what I mean? And then you get nothing but insults thrown at you. You get people coming into your chat, stirring trouble. And then you also got flashers. We've had flashers come on our channel, and we also, have a sneaking feeling that there's been some false reporting going on to YouTube, because it seems that we're the only ones that have to deal with getting demonetized twice and having to go months without it, okay, because of some stupid rule at YouTube that didn't even make any sense. But it would make sense if somebody was continually complaining to you and you had to find something to appease the person that you could take action on, and just constant, you can obviously see the growth of the channel, compared to others. We all deal with the same people, yet, we also have people that are in our chat, even right now, that are fans of other people that have said, "Hey, you're not welcome here," and have had to come here to even have a place to come to talk about Dolphins on, But the fact of it is, we've been made to compete in a sector that we never even intended to compete in, and then that's been used against us, basically, to say we're not credible, we're not people you should listen to about the Miami Dolphins. We've been called, it's been put out there that we're not diverse. It's been put out there, all kinds of stuff, and then the outright.
Hold on. Can I just
the outright backdoor, behind the scenes shit talking that goes on.
Look,
the reason that we've never really been able to invite some of the magnates of the community onto our show to give you guys content. The ones that go on everybody else's show, we know who they all are.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because there's been a certain image put out there about us that is using a propaganda campaign that we've always had to get out from underneath on. That's why we are what we are. That's why we keep it real, and that's why it doesn't matter what they say. We're going to continue to speak.
Tonk, before you ask your question, I would like to add to that, and Color explained it beautifully. They don't get it. They don't get the programming, I guess. And the problem is that, say we go to them and try to win over people's favor, Now we're submitting to these people in this manner. We're trying to, gas them up and whatever. And that's fine too, because there is a way in which you ingratiate yourself into a community you're trying to be a part of. But the problem is they want their community their way. And it's like, bitch, a community is a community. I'm not trying to tell you how to dress, how to walk, how to talk, how to fucking cook your meals, all that stuff. And they want certain things to be highlighted and others to be quieted. And they want those that they can't run up out of there at least to be as best they can not helped. And that's been perpetrated on us from Jump Street. That's the facts. And it's fine, because to me, lived in South Florida my whole life, grew up down there. The people that I've surrounded the programming with, for the most part, have grown up. They understand what it is. And these other people that live in these other places and these other things that try to tell us how and what Miami Dolphins, South Florida community people fandom is more like this. And the facade is all that other shit. And now that's fine. I get it. But that's the truth. And
yeah, I mean, we've even had we've even been out as much as outright threatened.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
Our business threatened if we interacted with certain people in the community.
Bro, I was told that if I didn't do something, that I could get my show taken away. I got to do it this way. I can't do that. I need to, blah blah. I need to what, motherfucker? I need to what?
And then half the people that were following those people like little minions realized what was going on, and now half of them come around and are like, act like we forgot that they were rolling with those people. You know what I mean? Hey, we remember. Don't worry. If you were one of them, we remember.
And real quick, I don't give perks away. You got to get a prescription, Michael K. Stop asking. Go ahead, Punk.
Dude, just cross the border, Mike. Just go to the pharmacy in Canada, dude.
They ain't gonna let them back, bro. They'll be like, this guy ain't allowed back.
Yeah. Try to get back. That's not good.
They're waiting for his ass to cross the border.
So when I heard the term diversity, we have a huge diverse staff. Like
that's not what he meant. He meant more of diversity.
Hold on. I'm not done. On top of that, who else has a show like mine? Like, actually.
Talk to him.
Who else has a show like mine, actually, where I really talk about sports, but then I show you how to save the world every single episode in a way that is non-judgmental, that is only informative. Everything on this show that I jump on with y'all or Shake or Ali is incredibly informative. I've never scored I've never gotten an A score on anything related to football in my entire life, besides like maybe when we traded cards. Like when you and I used to call each other and talk about football cards. That was the only time in my life I would get an A on anything football. But the only time I ever took a test or I did the draft. I did the draft earlier this year, and I got an A on the draft because I pay attention to what y'all say. I listen to what y'all say. You listen to what the Dolphins are actually saying. You watch tape, you watch reviews, you call the game. So people who try to discredit anything about what you do, they're just jealous because you've been the most diehard Dolphins fan I've ever known in my entire not ever known, but I've known you my entire life, and you've always been a diehard Dolphins fan. I walked into a place when I was in 5th grade. I walked into a card store down the street from my house, and here comes Cap and his dad, okay, and they buy Dan Marino's rookie card, okay? There it is right over there.
Dog.
There
got
it is.
Bitch right there.
Okay, look,
right there.
okay.
Never let
in
it go.
1996.
With this bitch.
In 1995, it was, or 96, okay? He's been focused on the Dolphins his entire life. He played football, okay? We used to call each other and talk about every football card you could possibly imagine. Like, This is the team you want to be along.
Well,
if you really want to be, if you want to know sports and have a good community, this is where it's at.
Here's the thing, Tom. And here's what I think, right? I think a lot of these people are providing what they like to call facts and understandings, just because they're gonna compile informational statistical nonsense. And I'm not saying it doesn't have a service, but they like to package it in a way where it's like, this is the facts, this is the world, this is what it is, and this is like what you're gonna now have to take into the world, and I'm giving you the goods, and that's not what we want to provide. We do go through plenty of statistical stuff, and we do plenty of informative stuff. We like to do that too, but we're trying to be an entertainer. It's entertainment. We entertain over here. We have a fun time.
Dude, that show on Saturday was fucking lit.
Dude, yes, and listen, you can come here for that, and then also get updated on everything with the Dolphins and learn some shit. That's what we provide. Now, if you want to go and get just drilled with fucking whatever it is, that's cool too. But I can get that in 30 minutes. What I can't get with what we're trying to provide is a fucking entertaining show. And I feel like the problem that these people have with it is that they take our entertainment purple jacket type of thing as I don't know,
like an insult,
like it's a clown show, and
like we're trolling,
like it's a clown show, right? Like it's just all that. And yes, you're kind of right. It is more of entertainment, but don't think that you know football better than me or my team, bro. Just because, and I promise, just because you play fucking Madden and read stats doesn't mean at my older age, and I don't give a fuck how old most of these bitches on the internet are, I'll still smoke you on the field of any athletic type of thing. Like, I am an athlete, played sports my whole life. I would kick your ass in one-on-one football.
Yeah, and your son, and your son is a champion at football.
Two-time champion. Two-time.
Are there kids champions at football?
Coached, I played. I'll still play.
And you barely even brag about that, dude. You don't even brag about it,
buddy. I don't brag
I'm the
about
one
it because we're not state champions, and that's why.
But still.
Well, I got to keep it real. But no, you're right. It is something to be proud of. But I like to troll even myself. That's what the show is, you idiots. That's the show. And y'all don't get it. Y'all taking yourselves so seriously.
And there's a lot of free speech. There is a lot of free speech on this network.
That's all we're about. So
there is a lot of free speech. There's a lot of arguing.
Yep.
But that's what it comes with. You're not, like, honestly, I don't know if you can have one without the other, because it's the way it is. But it shows that, like, because I don't allow as much as like y'all and Ali allow.
But Talk, that's why we like having you here.
That's fine.
Because but we also, you have a change of pace, and then also in these things you're here learning, and that's what some people in the chat and watching the program are also doing, and they're getting caught up on the things. Let's get it along, because I want to get to the gatekeeping at hand. And Color, I thought you explained it very, very well about what happened, like what's been happening. And now I said that it's confirmed that not only has there been gatekeeping. Color, are you paying attention? Because you're
fucking sleeping.
I am.
I hope so, because I'm telling you, not only do I have the receipts, not only has it been from the community at large, people on apps and their dark rooms, people on their Discord, and you know who I'm talking to with your Discord and your silent, non-recorded conversations, where these motherfuckers are scheming and talking shit. It's what they're doing, and they're private only spaces that they scheme, and their Patreon backstages they scheme, and that's just the facts. It's not just the people out here in them streets, but it's in the building. Color, how long have we said that the Miami Dolphins are a part of trying to silence us?
Damn.
Well, I mean, if not outright knowing it, then definitely indirectly and facilitating it. I mean,
Certainly,
condoning
color condoning it. Used to say all the time. Is this the type of shit that people who are representing the team can do to people in the fan base, and the Miami Dolphins don't step in, don't have something to say, feel, or anything about it, right? Anything at all. They never would do anything about it. And you're not saying that you were demanding them to. You were just saying, look at this, because you saw the obvious favoritism to those acting like that, those that get the access to the team and the players and the shit like that, the people in the community that are on the Discord,
So how do you think how easy do you think it would be for somebody with that type of clout to, when they speak or they insult somebody on Twitter, like most people would say, oh, well, this dude is an upstanding member, so much an upstanding member of the community that he trains athletes for the team and gets access to the building. So when he says
don't fuck with the tailgate,
one of them, that must mean it's okay to pile on and act like complete ingrates and like treat people like less than human.
Try to get us demonetized, try to get us kicked off Twitter, try to get us shadow banned.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Why would they feel like they're doing any wrong? Why would they feel like they're doing any wrong when people with access to that building are the ones doing it?
Not only that, color, but they have the stamp of approval by proxy of association, guilty by association.
It's because we keep it real.
Those that claim you. Ali, we got mega feedback. I got to put you on.
I mean, imagine if, like, if you were out there saying that guy, shit, and then Mike McDaniel came and said, "Yeah, fuck them guys." You would assume that gives you license to say what you want about the people.
Well, when this guy's getting the stamp of approval and constantly calling out to people that are in the building, and they're showing up as guests, having the buddy interaction on here, and then when they say shit on them, and this is who the clique is and who that should not be in, and they refer to us as the ones that should be on the outside, it's hard to not feel some kind of way. Now we've said it, we've kept it, no names on it and stuff like that. But I gotta be honest.
Mouse.
I was gonna say,
I'm telling everybody to fucking hit the like button while I'm fucking talking. Everybody, shut up.
My head was starting to hemorrhage after seeing that.
Fucking, you better hit the like button, or I'm gonna keep mesmerizing
Starting to
everybody.
have a seizure.
Good. If you hit the like button, I'll stop. The gatekeeping in the community receipts all the way to the tippy top is confirmed. Color.
That's crazy, dude. That's because
hold on a second, Tom. I Exhibit A on the computer.
What?
Color.
Oh,
what is that?
I don't know. You tell me, Color. Who is that?
Is that your account?
That's right.
What?
You got banned by Travis Wingfield?
Was it something I said about his PA announcement walking up to the stadium?
Color, it's literally I don't know. I can't imagine what it would be.
Literally from Seattle.
Miami Dolphins beat reporter, interviewer, representative, on payroll, content creator, morning drive time, whatever the name of the show is, co-host on all this stuff, interviews all the players, access. If there's a new player signed, the first one to get access and long format at that is Travis Wingfield on the payroll of the Dolphins, has blocked El Capitan for reasons unknown.
I want to say something.
Give you a reason, right? All right.
So, all right. So there's a couple things going on here. So one, it's because we keep it real all the time. We have credibility to what we say because we only talk about stuff that we understand or we've witnessed. And two, this is showing you right now, since who you said this person is, that he's affiliated with the Dolphins and such. This is proof.
He's not affiliated. Talk that picture of him right there.
I'm sorry, I can't. Yeah.
I know, but let me give you a quick clarification. If you look on the screen, you'll see there's a picture of him right there wearing the Dolphins logo shirt, interviewing the head coach on their program that they're doing all the time on the YouTube channel, which is great.
Quick,
but
He's the official spokesperson for the Dolphins, and now you're not allowed to see what
if
the
Travis
official
Wingfield
spokesperson
is
saying.
hitting the block button on El Capitan of the Fins tailgate. What the fuck do you think he tells Mike McDaniel if Mike McDaniel goes, hey, I seen a show the Fins tailgate. What's their deal? I blocked them on fucking Twitter.
No,
How do you think that affects us?
He'll just say, oh, I don't know who that is.
Don't know who it is. He obviously does. He blocked me.
No, right. But
even though not
this could
not 3 years ago he was the same as we are doing a podcast that nobody knew about.
What day did you discover this?
Real quick. Shout out to Mondo with the $10 don. He says they're afraid TFTG will get more likes and views.
Because this
the way
could
the
be
season is brewing. Hold on, Tonk. The way the season is brewing, it's going to happen. Folks are getting tired of the hopium. God, from your mouth to God's ears, Armando, because we've been out here preaching the reality. There's people out there preaching the gospel and their narratives and have their agendas. Well, we just been fanning, having a good time, calling out the bullshit, pointing out the tryhards, pointing out the liars, pointing out the gatekeeping, pointing out the lying, and calling it like it is, and have an open fucking door policy here at the tailgate. Invitation, I don't care. I'll show up anywhere. No one's calling, no one's showing up, and they're all saying don't fuck with us all the way down to in the motherfucking building.
So have you ever have you ever posted anything with him tagged in it?
So I can't think of a time in the last year and a half I've posted or tagged anything with Travis Wingfield.
I'm just curious because what's odd, I post TFTG shit all the time, and I'm not banned or blocked by Travis Wingfield.
So I do remember, like, I don't know, maybe a year and a half ago when they were doing the off-season Twitter Spaces, I went up there a couple times. One time I was up there for like, I don't know, an hour hanging with him. So I had no idea. If you look at any of my replies to him, it's like, congratulations on the baby, Travis. I've never mentioned, talked, dogged. Have I criticized him in some manner? Yeah, but it was never the focus of an operation. It wasn't none of this. You know what I have been? Critical of the fucking Dolphins and the propaganda bullshit that they perpetrate. And this is what I believe to be an absolute response of trying to gatekeep it.
And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say this. I don't think it's him. I think it's the Dolphins themselves. The Dolphins are probably controlling his Twitter account.
And they just Dolphins on Twitter didn't block me, but it's
they don't block anybody. No. That's the thing. They can't. So they won't.
But
this is indirectly how they do it.
What do you mean?
Hold on. I don't think they run Travis Wingfield's account. Why? Like, what?
I just don't understand why Travis Wingfield would do it. That's what my whole point is. I don't see why he would
want me to see. Does he not want me to use his content? I haven't. Does he not want me to watch his interview with Mike McDaniel? What is he trying to keep me out of? I wasn't even paying that much. You know how I found this? I went into a Twitter space, seeing that everybody was kind of in there hanging out. I was scrolling through the thing where they have on the Jumbotron, and I seen Travis Wingfield said some shit, and I clicked on it, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll bookmark this or something, talk about it later. I can't even remember what it was, and I couldn't do it. And I was like, what the fuck? And I looked, and they had me blocked. I can't believe
I think you should. I think someone should message him and ask him, why did you block El Capitan?
Well, it's funny now because after I screenshot it and posted it, it did go.
Do you think he would even reply to that?
All I know is that after I screenshot and reposted it, he has unblocked me. And that happened after like.
He unblocked you. So he understands his position with the organization then as a spokesperson for the Miami Dolphins. Oh,
that was my tweet color. That was my tweet. I'm like, yo, at Miami Dolphins, is this how the PR department's supposed to get out here? Like, are you serious right now?
Yeah, like what did I do? I would have spelled it out with a bunch of D's. What did I do? What did I do?
Yeah, I still just, again, I haven't. Look, Lou. He goes, I stand with Travis Wingfield. I have blocked El Cap now. Lou, fucking asshole. No, I'm serious though. I don't understand. And not that it bothers me, but it's like, well, you know what bothers me? In purely business, that doesn't make sense.
Right.
So now here's the thing. here's the question.
All it does is give us more evidence that what we say about them running a crap business.
Well, or soft, definitely soft. That's soft mentality right there. That's soft.
He's just allowing us to be right
but why?
about every one of our other takes over the years.
So now here's the question. When did this happen? Oh, shout out to Nene. Hashtag unblock El Cap. Thank you. Let's start the movement.
Well, you get what I'm saying, right? Obviously, this isn't good for your spokesperson to be blocking people on Twitter for no reason.
I can't imagine that's the. But well, now, Color, maybe it's the modus operandi. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So out of everybody that expresses themselves on Twitter and the internet, your expression is the one that they feel they don't. We got to block this.
You know what's crazy too, Color? On what I would consider the downest of all years of my interaction on the internet since the end of that season. I haven't even
been on complaining about them all off season.
I mean, to be honest, like we really have gone so much harder in the paint in the past to think that this is what's happening now. So the question is, when did this happen? Like, when did he block me?
Right, because it's not like you follow.
I'm not checking. Maybe I was following him. I don't know. If he blocked me, I can't follow.
What I meant was you're not walking on his.
Well, yeah, no, I'm not searching him up all the time, but he blocked me, so I don't know when did I know? Now here's the thing, right? Like, was it when Tua was on the boat and that whole debacle was going on? Do you think that could have been it? Which Tua had an interview today, and we'll get to that later. He did that did kind of come up, and Tua had a little bit of response to the hoopla that happened after the boat stuff. Especially, I mean, look, as much of a big deal he made about Tua being on the boat and having fun at it, which, hold on a second, as much as that, it wasn't like Stephon Diggs on the boat pulling out, with Cardi B and pulling out what looks to be some type of drugs.
But again, though, Cap, people sit here and call Tyreek Hill a wife beater and shit, dude.
Yeah, and that's
is Wingfield blocking all them too?
I don't know, but a shout out to Mr. Paul, aka Crazy Dolphin, says don't cap, please don't cap, please don't. And then Shake Money following him up too. Travis is a soy boy biznatch. I'm going to bed. He has more estrogen. Oh, I'm going to bet that he has more estrogen than testosterone.
Well, the thing of it is, man, let me ask Travis a question directly. Travis, was there somebody from the organization treating you this way when you were in your closet in Seattle doing the Locked On Dolphins podcast every morning? Was there anybody doing this to you?
Talk, Color. Where's the gatekeeping? Is it his gate? Is that what's happening?
Now that he's inside the gate.
Oh, it's his gate now. It's his gate now.
Moves his whole family over to Florida because he lands the job of a lifetime with the Dolphins, right? And wants to come in the building treating people like this, dude, that have been here their whole lives.
Here's the thing, Color.
We've been here our whole lives, Travis. Our whole lives, bro. You just got here. Act like it.
Shout out to Joe Riss. He says, soy boy, he's a farmer? Yes, he be farming something. He be planting tulips, I heard. Anyhow. Listen, that's that. I don't even mean to say that, and I wish I could stop, but that's how my brain works.
Travis, that you freckle, okay? It's sunny in South Florida. We're sorry, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Not our fault.
Yeah, sorry. I'm fucking amazing and great. Sorry. I don't fucking. Sorry, I didn't spend 6 months a year frozen in my house.
Wait a minute.
Hold that thought real quick.
One more thing, Ali. No offense to the great state of Seattle and our great friend Tonk here, who happens to live there as well.
You mean the great state of Washington? I was about to ask, that explains everything. If that's where he's from, that does explain a little bit. Just going to say that.
Well, Ali, sorry, I didn't spend months at a time frozen in my house looking up stats on the internet. Sorry,
What's the pattern here? Do you notice a pattern here? The Dolphins only let people in, it seems like, that are so far away that they can easily be controlled and discredited as somebody.
Because it's a marketing. Yeah, because it's a bunch of people.
Hold on,
you got marketing people.
You got little Travis Wingfield doing his little podcast in Seattle about the Dolphins, right? He gets all the glory. Now you got little Canadian boy up in Canada with his YouTube channel about the Dolphins. He gets all the glory.
Fucking globalist organization.
And then can't stand the fact that he gets all the glory. He has to actually throw it in their face.
And he's got a problem with South Florida too.
That's what I'm saying. He actually throws the glory they gave him right back in their face, Donk.
It's because it's a bunch of marketing people.
You notice the pattern here? Wait a minute.
Look, it's a bunch of marketing people.
No, you know what the pattern is?
One more.
It's the Department of Miami
YouTuber on YouTube, a Dolphins YouTuber. Dudley Do Wrong, right?
Dugan. Yeah, Dugan.
No offense to my buddy Dudley.
Department of Miami
No offense to my buddy Dudley, but the fact remains he is not in this state either.
That's it.
So it seems like everybody they give the glory to is nowhere near South Florida.
You know why, Color?
Florida.
You want to know why, Color?
Hey, you know what else is funny?
Because they're easily controlled.
Look at us, for example. Our number one fan is in Buffalo.
Easily controlled.
Tonk. Let them go, Tonk. Yeah, I would say it's a fear of South Floridians, right? It's pretty much what it is.
Reason said it himself. Them people down in South Florida.
I heard it. It's a fact. And it's a fact that, trying to keep South Florida down. And they will continue to do so. But you know what we know about these types of character flaws is that they don't last forever. They never stick around forever, buddy.
Yeah, they go by owner.
So
we might not win a playoff game, but the F1 Cup fucking was cool.
Yep. Yeah, that's the thing is that
I got my chair. I got my chair.
Nobody in South Florida appeals to the rest of the world in the rich people. I wonder why that is. I wonder what makes them think that South Florida doesn't appeal to their types. I wonder what it is.
Because we're not impressed with your bullshit nonsense.
I think it has more to do. I think it has more to do with the spectrum in South Florida.
What do you mean by that, Color?
Because we've broken up the white light down here, bro.
Oh yeah, no, we don't play all that bullshit.
We're a big prism. Yeah, we're a big light prism,
and it's
we
true.
break up the white light, and they
don't
can't
like all that
bullshit.
What they want is structure that is controlled and not actual creativity.
No,
that's
why. They want a pristine image.
That's it.
And you know what South Florida does not have when it comes to its residents, its culture. It don't have a pristine image in their eyes.
And you know what? They kind of signaled to it in that video where they had the schedule release. They got a guy fucking spray painting on the fucking side wall in the video. The only person they showed in there was a dude fucking graffiti in our fucking neighborhood. That's what they showed.
Our pink houses and
we're those South Florida people, Color. We're those South Florida people is what it is. And they got to bring in the real, pristine copy and paste soy boy as
they don't like melanin, bro. That's what it is, man. I'm gonna come out and say it.
Fuck, Color.
They're allergic to melanin.
Damn. Fuck. I knew Color was gonna go off tonight because I knew this was gonna strike a chord. Because Color, this is now okay. I still have.
Well, look what's on your screen, Cap. Look what's on your screen.
I still have speculation, Color.
Look what is on your screen.
They're blocking us.
I don't see much melanin in there.
You said he unblocked you.
Hold up, Color. Yeah, he unblocked me as soon as I tweeted it, and it started getting some traction. But here's this, Color. When did this happen? Right? Now, I asked, was it at the boat scene? Was this a happening right when the Reason and 3 yards per carry Alf dude and Kyle Krabs and whoever else Reason says is better than TD?
Right.
And
I would only hope that it happened during that time, because then that would just validate everything we're saying.
But did it happen during that time? Because if it did, and you know, I mean, I guess, is Travis Wingfield trying to get the smoke? I mean, but also I didn't even notice it missed. You blocked me. I missed it.
Hey, Cap for Life just made a great point. How the hell would they know anything about you worth blocking if they don't listen to you?
Maybe.
How would Travis Wingfield know that he needed to block you?
Color, maybe this is Travis Wingfield trying to get in on the reindeer games. You know what I'm saying? We know that TD and Alan Pupar and Omar versus Reason and who he says is good, Kyle Krabs and everything. And maybe you know, Travis Wingfield's like, yo, fuck TFTG too while we're at it. And I'm like, damn, all right. You know, is he out for the smoke? Is he out for the smoke?
No, I don't know.
I mean,
I just, like I said, for people that don't listen to us lowly nobodies, they sure do have a reason to. I mean, they found enough reason to block you.
I guess. What was I saying? What I did?
They wouldn't know. They blocked you. How would they know? They don't listen to you. I mean, you know, these people go around and are like, don't listen to them guys. They're trash. Well, how the hell would you know? You just told them you don't listen to them.
Well, is Travis Wingfield getting this information secondhand? And who is the secondhand that's saying, hey, Travis, don't fuck with them?
That's like having a layover at an airport in another state and it's raining. So you're like, I'm never going to visit that state. It rains all the time. Like, how would you know?
I mean, it's a valid question.
Well, I was there at an airport on a layover one day for a half hour. It was pouring balls, man.
Yeah, because you passed through somewhere.
Don't ever go to that state.
But obviously it's not true, Color. He's obviously been an avid listener. But if he was such an avid listener, he would have not heard me talk about him ever.
Well, you know, I can understand it though, Cap, because when you flip on a show, right, and it's a whole bunch of people talking about the company that puts food on your table, it kind of makes you feel like, damn, it's, you know, like, am I going to have a job? Do I really have job security?
Nah.
You know what I mean? Like, this company sucks. Listen to what they're saying about it. It does kind of suck hearing all that. You know?
I mean, listen, Color. Everybody shits on their company and loves their company at the same time. It's
have you ever gone to the company you work for? Have you ever gone to like some Yelp or something and seen the employee reviews and watch your ex-employees like bash the company you work for? It kind of makes you feel like, man, do I need to get another job?
No, because I don't get in my feelings, Color. I don't care, because I have what I like to call, we talked about this the other day about wisdom. And I have the wisdom to know people well enough to know that people who have a good experience tend to say nothing, and the people who have a bad experience or like to complain tend to always fucking do it and do it that way. So if you're hearing the bitching, the complaining, or the whatever, those are all more likely people in that realm. It's kind of the adverse over here, but whatever. Again, I'm just trying to zero in on a who, why, when, all those. Like, I have questions. It just doesn't make sense.
It is what it is. We don't fit the profile, bro. That's
pretty much
of anybody worthy of talking up as Dolphins content. That's just what it is. Yeah. It is what it is.
Well, and shout out.
We're not worthy.
Shout out to Paul in here. He says we have a very passionate fan base, and that's a good thing. Everyone is entitled to their own opinions. Fins up.
Thank you, Paul.
I would say that, Paul, but according to Travis Wingfield, he's not mine.
Yeah, we're entitled to our own opinions. We're just not entitled to visitations by ex-football players and, you know, people that have inside info and, people that like make you look like a credible outfit that people want to be a part of and find out what they got to say. No, yeah, none of that. We're not entitled to none of that.
It's apparent.
But what I would remind all those who get it, who get all that, what I would remind them of is neither are they. And what is given can be taken in a heartbeat. And I think somebody just found that out last week. Did they not, Kat?
I mean, that's what we provide, really, if we're being real.
I mean, we just sat here for the entire last week talking about a guy spurging out because he lost that entitlement.
Thanks, Mike.
Shout out to Lewis for calling it out for what it really was at the time. The loss of that entitlement.
Well, it's what it is. It's what it is.
And then to watch your bitter YouTube enemy receive the entitlements that you were getting, that you were cudgeling people with. How's it feel?
Damn. So yeah, since then, Travis Wingfield has unblocked me. I was actually more surprised. I think it was at, I don't know, I think it kind of petered out at about 15,000 views. But I was surprised that people saw it as much as they did. But I'm just still, again, and I'll say it like this. It's not bothering me, Travis, because honestly, I could give two fucks less. But I would say that if I was a small YouTube channel that was doing their thing and you just blocked them on a community that's so fucking volatile all the time that you know what it is because you were a part of it before and then you got hired with the Dolphins, so you still know. Well, if blocking me out of what is really the cusp of fan access, that's your job title. There's the team and you're the right conduit to the fan access. Color. Hold on, Color. Officially, he's I don't know, spokesperson. Yeah, because he's in the stadium. But I would say you're the conduit to the access. I know who wouldn't block me. Greg Likens wouldn't have blocked me because he's not having an opinion about me one way or another to block my fan access. Right. That's the thing. And so if Travis Wingfield has done this, which it was done, why? And who are you siding with against me? Because there is plenty of people that just hate this programming because they don't get it. I'm not here to fucking kiss your fucking balls and your bullshit takes and agree with you and parrot it. That's what these dumb fucks want to do. And I'm not about it. So I'm going to give my fucking truths and with my friends and other people that come up, and we're going to argue about it. But I'm sorry that makes you people uncomfortable, that we are willing to put ourselves out there for a holistic opinion, not a narrative. That's it.
Well, let me just say that I'm not aware of what Travis Wingfield's job title is with the organization, but I will say that when your voice is on the intercom, walking up to the stadium, repeating the rules of Hard Rock to the visitors coming to the stadium, I would consider that a spokesperson. Okay, that's the spokesperson of the Miami Dolphins. The guy, the voice on that PA that's telling you no smoking, that's telling you don't, treat your neighbor well, that's telling you no fighting, that's telling you make sure you block Capitan on Twitter. That guy, that intercom.
Yeah, pretty fucking much. Capitan, who, according to Tonk,
I'm just wondering, is he going to add that to the voiceover?
According to Tonk, who has given his examples, have spent a fucking lifetime of time, energy, money, heartache, finances, everything with this team. But I'm supposed to be on the outs.
Now, that's what at the same time, Cap. Let's put a pin on it here, though, right? For a second. I want to be the first to thank Travis Wingfield, because when the spokesperson of the Miami Dolphins blocks you, people are going to want to know why. People's gonna come right to the person you blocked and be like, why did they block this guy? Thank you, Travis. We appreciate it.
Dang. It's like, according to Craig Sebring says, it's like you guys are the Fantastic Four and Travis is Dr. Doom. I guess.
Well, maybe that's, well, hold on a second. They've got a lot of image. Like, maybe that's his veiled way of helping us out. Like, yo, I can't really like give you guys glory because everybody will be pile on me. So, but here, let me do this favor for you. I'll block you so that everybody will come to you wondering why I blocked you.
Thank you,
way,
Color.
We appreciate it.
It's all the more
man,
like it's more likely that some of the characters I mean, listen, Kyle Krabs has gone at me on Twitter basically saying, Dulles, this guy's a clown. He don't know anything. I've talked about it before. He ain't got nothing nice to say about the programming around here because I'm not Locked On Dolphins material. I don't want your Locked On Dolphins gig. I don't want to do that. I would never, again, I just want to explain it to the people at large. Unless someone wants to purchase the way we're doing things with this type of fucking thing and purchase it for a lot, we're not willing to compromise on what the programming is. So when you say it's not your whatever, don't fuck with them, then I don't understand that because I don't fuck with the dumb fucking bullshit dork stat programming y'all got. But I don't tell people not to fuck with you because you dumb fucks you don't know the game. You can recite fucking shit on the internet. Any dumbass can do that. But I don't tell them not to fuck with you. In fact, I always go, there's a use for it. It has its uses. That's what I say. I don't say, he's a clown. Because I promise you, most of you are clowns in the real world. In the real world. I wear a purple jacket because this is a fucking clown show. It's ironically, you guys are the clowns. You think you are or have something. Don't you understand? You're the fucking clown. I'm just the one looking like it.
But you wear it as the Joker, not because of clown.
No, Talk. I wear this ironically.
But I wear purple because it's the dopest color ever.
I mean, I look dope as fuck in it. I'll say so myself, and I like it. But when I brought it and put it on, I said, I'm doing this because the people that are tryhards that think they're doing it, I can do it better and not do the dumb shit they are and wear a purple suit while I fucking do it.
See, I think that's the problem with not necessarily our audience, but the people outside of our audience. They don't understand our content, LCAP. You said that this is a clown show. We're not the clowns. We're just reporting on the clowns. That's what we're doing. This is an authentic, raw reporting, not the Miami Dolphins, but the clowns that run and is around the Miami Dolphins. That's what we do here. All right. We sit here and we talk about the real shit, not the shit that you can just flip on ESPN or do a Google search on.
Which means
that's what we're doing.
You know what?
Which means that the close to 7,000 subscribers we have also understand our content or the type of
they do. Yes. I'm talking about some of these. Definitely, and I'm talking about the people like certain content creators that, like you just mentioned, Locked On Dolphins or whatever. They have a different show. They're trying to make everybody the smartest Dolphin fan and wasting their time with that.
They're trying to emulate the very people.
We're trying to emulate something that is original and unique that nobody else has, and it's not your regular cookie cutter show. This show is about reporting on the idiocracy that surrounds our team. We're reporting on the clown and like, for example, we're talking about this collective and the whole mentality of what that brings, right? Nobody else is fucking doing that, right? We don't have a cookie cutter show. Get with the program. That means that you need to watch us and actually understand what we're doing before you sit there and try to say that we're a bunch of clowns or whatever.
Right.
But anyways, everyone at home watching, the almost 7,000 people, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Make sure you hit the like button.
Real quick, Joe Rist, I just want to correct you a little bit. Purple wasn't just royal. Purple was imperial.
It was hard as hell to get.
It was imperial. The emperor wore purple.
It's always
not
been
king.
my favorite color, just like Donatello.
Yeah. Again, I look. Okay. I'm not gonna hold it against Travis Wingfield for getting wrapped up of what's obviously just a continuation of people out there looking to discredit the program, what we do, and what we provide. If you
yes,
want
Louis,
me,
it's a clown show, but only we're allowed to call it a clown show.
yeah, no, I don't give a fuck. Call it a clown show, but I don't tell people not to fuck with other programs. Okay, I don't do that. That's not my modus operandi. And they want to say that to us because you know what you can find out? They're not really saying anything, number one. Number two, everything they're saying as far as real, tangible shit, we're going to tell you too. But you're going to have a fun time doing it. That's it. It's just different. If you just want to, get your cookie cutter, a little bit of statistical, your 20-minute type of nonsense, that's fine. You want to get someone's opinion, that's cool. If you want to be a part of the show, if you want to be interacted with, if you want to be heard, actually heard, this is where you go. It's not the other places. It's here. And that's it. That's all we provide. Something different. And they don't like it. And obviously, I think they're just scared of it. Because if it ever got to the credibility they look to so disfame us out of, they'd all be cooked. Because they could, guess what we could do? We can do all this fun shit and read a bunch of dumbass stats. If forever it becomes credible for the stats we read along with the entertainment, what do y'all got to offer? Can you put on a show? Can you have a good time? Can you be fucking likable? Do you have a fucking personality, or is it just a script and a writ down nonsense that you got? And a crow woe is me because I know how to fucking interpret football on a screen. Bullshit. Give a fuck, dude. Interpret this dick, bitch. All right. On to the next. So, mandatory minimum sentences. No Jalen Ramsey showed up today, boys. And no Jonnu Smith as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
all right,
ridiculous.
no Jonnu Smith as well. Now, hit the like button, everybody. Michael K says the jacket probably smells like Bud Light and Virginia Slim 120s.
Virginia
Slim? That's only when I let your mom borrow it,
well,
bro.
Hey, with this money, it's about to anyways.
Hey, that's only when I let his mom borrow it. It's only when I leave it at his mom's house.
Yeah, damn it. Thanks for reminding me.
Shit. Nah, I'm just busting your balls. Like, okay. So, no Jalen Ramsey and no Jonnu Smith. So, looky here. This was on, I believe, the 8th. There it is written there. Drew Rosenhaus was on WSVN 7. And when he was asked about Jonnu Smith's attending mandatory minicamp, he said Jonnu's situation is fluid. Now, fluid is a common term that Drew Rosenhaus means that we're going to need financial fluidity is what he wants. I was going to say something, Raph, in response to your comment, but I'm just not going to say it because it's just too dirty and I don't want to be that insulting. I don't want to get blocked by anybody else in the community. I got to fucking take the jacket off. I got to act all straight-laced and go, Jalen Ramsey didn't show up today, but neither did Jonnu Smith. And here's what Mike McDaniel had to say about it. I got to do that dumbass shit too, because apparently we have no respect in the community. The fluidity means for Drew Rosenhaus is that we better see fluidity of some cash up in this bitch, or else we fluidly getting the hell up out of here.
Yeah,
Hit the
I know.
lights.
What did he say there? What?
The situation is fluid.
That doesn't mean good. That means the situation sucks.
Well, it was fluid.
Fluid means that it's not. There's nothing. There's no resolution yet, resolved or organized or confirmed.
Could also mean that they're talking about, talking it back and forth, though. That
Yeah,
can mean
that's what I
that.
mean.
That's essentially what it means. And Money Mitch says, "Fucking journeyman tight end coming into our coming in our asking for a raise is nasty work." I mean, yeah, the guy had one good year on a 2-year
I know
deal.
it's crazy. Like not
and he
showing up
asked
to
for a
work and
raise.
asking for a raise is crazy. It's
Yeah,
like I'd be the first one out there if I wanted a raise.
Yeah,
It's so stupid.
Look,
it's so stupid.
To be 100% honest, and this is just my opinion, I kind of feel that Jonnu Smith knows that his career is on the later end now. He's
shit. This is the last
going on
potential
31?
bag he's gonna have.
He's
his
gonna
hands
be
on.
on the later end of the
So
fucking bench.
He'll be 30.
He
He'll be
probably
30.
already knowing Drew Rosenhaus, they know what everyone else will give him, no matter what it is. So they know what the minimum is, right? He's probably just pushing to try to get the best he can because he knows this is probably his last contract. That's the reality.
Oh.
And I'm cool with I'm okay with playing this game. I'd rather play this game than going through just holding on to Ramsey, not trading him and just sitting there. I mean, I'd rather do that. To be honest.
He used fluid. Yeah, exactly.
So, real quick, Big Nick, and yes, I was going to get to that.
Exactly.
They used fluid last year when he got the raise, and they used fluid with Tyreek when he got the raise. This fluid means it fluidly needs to flow more money into my bank account, or I'm going to hold out. Apparently, now, real quick, I do want to.
We need some brake fluid.
Joe Moma says El Cap needs a tie and not get blocked anymore, or a bow tie. Tonk wears the bow tie.
I got the bow tie.
I do wear ties sometimes, Joe Moma. Plenty of times. I literally got a bunch of them, but just keeping it a little bit sports jackety like.
Pop on over my show sometime. I'll wear one.
They'll wear one. Yep. So anywho, now Mike McDaniel came out before practice early this morning and got right into it. No, it's not a clip-on, Michael K. Got right into it.
It's a strap-on, Michael K.
Fuck, don't tell him that. Now he's gonna send me pictures, and he's gonna take pictures of the pictures he's got cropped up on his walls. It's gross. All right, so Mike McDaniel got right into this, and Jalen Ramsey, no surprise, but lot of talk. And now here's the thing, right? Let me give you a little bit of a refresher. Jonnu Smith wanted to work out a deal with the Dolphins. His agent came out. He said, hey, look, his first choice is to be here and stay here. Then there was reporting that the Dolphins and the Steelers are kind of talking about trades, and that kind of came out. And Arthur Smith is the OC there. That was his coach in Atlanta, and Jonnu likes him, and blah, blah, blah. Blah. Then it goes, hey, nope, not going to happen. Dolphins and them are making headway. Dolphins are definitely going to keep Jonnu. And not 2 hours later, the third tight end on the Steelers goes down with injury. They sign fucking Aaron Rodgers, and now they really want Jonnu back again. And fluidity changed, and he's not showing up to practice. To me, I don't even know if it's so much about money. I'm sure it is. I know the Dolphins are offering some ways of money, but I think it's a lot like the Jalen Ramsey situation, which for a lot of people that don't know, and I'm going to make it privy right now, the Dolphins did offer Jalen Ramsey more money this year. They did. They offered him more money and ways to, make more money and manipulate the contract. But what they weren't willing to do is give him next year in guarantees, and that's not what they're willing to do as well with Jonnu. And these guys aren't looking for more money. They're looking for more guarantees and more money, which are different things. It's not about, hey, I'll give you a couple more mil or guarantee some more money this year, but next year, we'll reconvene. They're not like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be potentially with no securities if I get injured, no securities if, we have a terrible year and I don't have good production and I'm a free agent going for nothing. That's how they're getting down, and they're holding pat. And I think the Dolphins and Jonnu have found a real impasse. I really do, because the Steelers really want to sign him, and they will give him this year and next year if they trade for him. Now, are the Dolphins willing to let him go for what the Steelers are willing to give up, or are they going to hold their cards? I don't know. We're at a real standstill right now. And Mike McDaniel came out early this morning and had something to say on it off rip, wanted to get it out of the way. Listen in. Go on mute and hit the like button, everybody.
Somebody please ask me, let's start it off with questions that I can't nor don't want to answer first. Okay. Huh? We got that. All right. No, first and foremost.
How about that, guys?
Today. Go.
What do you say?
No, first.
I don't even want to. Wasn't
First
important.
and foremost, what does it have to do with today? Go.
Are Sealer and Johnny participating?
Huh. Are Sealer and Janu participating? Listen to what he says. It's funny because I got to pull up another tweet that I had, but listen in.
Okay, so all right, so Zach Sealer, he's been in the building every single day during the off-season program. You will see him on the field doing some stuff. The length, well, you'll just have to hold your breath and see. And you will not see Janu on the field today or this week.
Why for Janu?
Kept it short, but Chris Perkins, who, according to other people in the community, should have no business doing his job that he's been doing for 30, 40 years now, asks the perfect follow-up question. Why?
Well, real quick, Cap, for those that don't really understand what this show is about in this network, let me go ahead and ask the question that's on everybody's mind. Mike McDaniel got tatas, bro. Is he getting bigger? He put on some weight.
Oh, I don't know.
Look at him tatas, bro.
Ooh, I don't know, Color. It looks to me like his arms are crossed and it's poking the
shoulders are a little broader.
That looks
the way he's standing. I don't know, man.
Looks to be a.
He's always got on multiple layers. Is why.
Yeah.
Well, that's how us skinny people make you think we actually have more than a head.
I mean, we knew this, Color. Anywho, I just want to point something out because I want to rewind it just a little bit because listen to this.
All right, so Zach Sealer, he's been in the building every single day during the off-season program. You will see him on the field doing some stuff. The length, well, you'll just have to hold your breath and see.
The length, you will just have to hold your breath and see. In regards to Zach Sealer. Now, isn't that strange? Isn't that a strange thing to say? Because I know somebody who tried to tell people a little while ago that, hey, Jalen Ramsey wants out of the Dolphins or more money to stay. Jonnu Smith wants out of the Dolphins or more money to stay and guarantees, both of which. And Zach Sealer kind of having that sentiment. El Capitan got killed for this right here. Killed for it. Look, it wants me to promote.
I think they
keep trying to tell people this. And you can just
say that not only are we not trying to be what everybody else is, but
we're better at
we still do it better, but we still do it better.
Oh my God, Color. A South Florida boy knows what the fuck's going on in South Florida.
Yeah.
So I tried to tell everybody this, and I got fucking killed. It's got like 75 comments.
By the way, Joe Mama, that's exactly what happens, bro.
Can I ask a question, El Cap, relevant to the length? So, is it possible that maybe he's referencing the same thing that Wilkins did by holding in?
I mean, it's obvious, but my point in that tweet was that he's having the same gripes of Jonnu Smith and Ramsey. It's literally what I said. It's that same boat they're all in. Yeah, it might not be the extent where Ramsey goes, we know they're not going to give him next year. We don't need to talk about nothing. Trade me. To Jonnu Smith going, oh, I want more money. I want more money. Finding out someone wants to trade for him. There's someone definitely going to trade me. That's what he wants. Now, I'm not saying Zach Sealer is like the two with a trade part. There'd be plenty of trade partners for Zach Sealer. Let that be known.
Mhm.
But let's not act. I'm telling you right now, if the Dolphins don't guarantee more money in the future for Zach Sealer, along with more guarantees now, you heard it here first. This mofo could be traded. I'm just telling you what you don't want to hear. I don't foresee it. I don't predict it. I really think the Dolphins are going to do right, because if you look at the extension he got, or the rework he got, whatever you want to call it, last year, he's still underpaid. And I think he should deserve money. And if you're going to pay any of these three guys, give it to him. But if they go, I don't want anyone, I don't want to be on the hook for any more money for next year for the potential rebuild, then that is what it is. And I told everybody this. I told everybody, and I got eviscerated for it. But hey, what do I know? And here's Coach on his first, everyone's got to be there camp day, and Zach ain't there. We'll see how long it'll be. Now, again, Zach going to be around, but what does that mean? Is he over there in shorts, just being supportive of the team, not taking part in activities? Because I'm working on it's the hold-in status. Oh, then he's going to go, yeah, they're dealing with some stuff. Let's see if Mike McDaniel will lie to the fans like they used to, if he'll continue that pattern, or if some real truth's coming out, or they're just going to try to gatekeep me and get Travis Wingfield to block me because I'm out here fucking giving the facts before they want to let anyone know that they're going to have to gatekeep me from the facts. Let's continue.
And you will not see Jonnu on the field today or this week.
Why for Jonnu?
Shout out to Chris Perkins asking the question, why, Jonnu? What the fuck's going on with that?
Why will we not see him?
Oh, I didn't think there was going to be a follow-up. That's something that, that we've been in communication with, and, I don't really need to get into personal matters totally.
Personal matters. What's that mean, Color? What could be a personal matter? The fact that they're in contract discussions and this guy isn't showing up, that's not personal. That's business. And that business is our business as fans to know exactly what's going on. So what personal matter is he fucking talking about, Color? Ali? Tom?
He's
Anybody?
talking. He's talking. He's talking through his teeth, bro. The personal matter is he feels he deserves a contract with the extra money and all that, and he's not getting it. That's basically what it is.
But what's Coach referring to in the personal manner of it? What's that? There's nothing personal about that manner that he can't go into. Just say, don't bullshit me, Coach. Just say, we're not going to discuss the contract discussions, personal or not. I'm not going to discuss the business matter.
Part was the stuff that Ramsey said.
I mean, are they allowed to?
Hold on, though. Hold on a second. Let me ask you guys this question. Number one, we don't know if maybe there is personal stuff between Jonnu and Coach here, and we just don't know yet. So that doesn't mean he hasn't said it.
Ooh,
and number two, think about it this way, right? I'm coming to you saying, hey, I need you guys to pay me if you want me to be here. I had a hell of a season. Give me an extra year with some guarantee money, right? And they say, no, we think you're worth this. And I'd be like, oh, come on, man. I do all this stuff for you guys. You know you need me in this offense. Come on and pay me. No, we don't think you do all this. In fact, I think you're more rated here. Well, you know what? F you and fuck Coach. He's a fucking idiot. I don't want to work for this.
That was at which point, Ali. That was at which point the little minions on Twitter started to talk about, oh, we're going to be looking at Kyle Pitts now.
No,
you know what I mean?
And also, what else they've been doing on Twitter? They've been gassing up Tanner fucking Connor all of a sudden.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's probably where the personal stuff is coming
all
from.
we have to do is block the people that call it out.
Yep.
So
we gotta block El Capitan and the tailgate people from calling out the facts. Go ahead.
And the whole point is what I'm trying to say is that it's very interesting. Now you had Ramsey and you had Jonnu Smith in this situation. How many other players have gone by that's been in this situation that we don't even know about? That have left You know what I mean? Did Wilkins have the same type of thing on his way out? Did Hunt have the same issue? I'm curious. We may not know about it because they didn't put it out in the open, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Fair point. Fair point. And that's
well,
when
Mike, that's why they keep these guys like Tanner Connor around, and we're all going, when is this guy going to play? When is that guy going to play? They keep these guys around precisely so that during this time of year, they can trot these guys out there when they need to strong arm the players asking for more money.
They're known as coolers. Okay. When you're thinking you're hot shit, you get the cooler in. Tight ends get Tanner Connor, DBs get Ethan Bonner.
Hold on, Cap, you're right. I'll come in and be almost as good as you for 3 times less money.
Well, no.
I said Ethan Bonner. Yep.
Hold on. To prove both of your guys' point, and you kind of just led on to it there, but not as far as you needed to. To be honest, when are these guys even good? Right now during preseason.
Well, one of them, Ali, signed my mom's hat, bro.
I know.
I forget what the guy's name even was, bro. He never even played a lick, but he was at camp every single year, bro.
In camp, in OTAs and mini camp, in the preseason, these guys are used to leverage as well. We got somebody here that can at least get us through the day. If we can't figure it out, then it's a leveraging point, but people don't want to talk about it. And they don't want to point out when the local media does gas those guys up as an extension of the arm of the propaganda machine that is known as Department of Miami Efficiency, as we've come to claim its name, Dome. It is what it is. And that's why we get blocked, because that's what we do. We call out for what it really is. Yeah, we do it in a tongue-in-cheek type of way. But the reality is, we're giving you the facts. Let's continue on with Coach.
Why Condoning? Why will we not see him?
Oh, I didn't think there was going to be a follow-up. That's something.
Him saying that says he has a prepared statement.
It sounds like he doesn't know what to say.
No, he said, oh, I didn't know there was going to be a follow-up. He had a prepared statement. So when he says personal, that's why I asked, what the fuck's that mean?
Something that, that we've been in communication with, and, I don't really need to get into personal matters totally. I'm not really hiding anything. It's just not about today, and I'm better suited to answer questions about that.
Look at that.
That wasn't shady at all. Who the hell does that? What the hell do you mean? What do you mean, dude? What are you betting on horses? I'll tell you what, take this bet right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, who?
So, Cap, real quick.
He's like, just let it go. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
It's Johnny know a guy.
Cap, let me ask you this real quick. The term he used, I know he said personal matters, but did he mean personnel matters?
No, he said personal matters.
I know what personal matters.
And he said, I'm not trying to hide anything, but I'm not going to talk about anything today.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
like, hey, dude, we know you're in Miami, but chill the fuck out. Like, you're not Trick Daddy, dude. Like, who the hell does? Come on now. You know what I'm saying? Like, let it go, baby. like, what are you talking about, dude?
How do you answer the question? He goes, let it go, baby.
Come on now.
To the question is that. Hold on, let's hear it again.
Why will we not see him?
Oh, I didn't think there was going to be a follow-up. That's something that, that we've been in communication with, and, I don't really need to get into personal matters totally. I'm not really hiding anything. It's just not about today, and I'm better suited to answer questions about that.
Here's another question you don't
Just smack him on the ass and fucking send him on his way, dude.
That's exactly. Smack him on the ass and send him on the way, and then smile about it. Now, here's the thing, right? Like, honestly, it's kind of funny. It's kind of cool. But I said this, 2 years ago when we got him, and I was like, I like him too, but I just want to point out to everybody all the things that they say, that the fans say that they love Mike McDaniel. When they fire him, they'll then use all of that content to say this is what they hated.
Yeah, there's gonna be a reel. There's gonna be a reel of all these interviews, and it's gonna show all the goofy shit that he says. And there's like, we said it the whole time.
That's how they get, and all the ones, the gatekeepers, because the narrative will turn, and then you'll be allowed to be critical of this and not get blocked. And they'll be doing our shows from 3 years ago. And they'll be like, I'm an innovator. I'm like, no, that's 3 years old.
It's like, dude, he said, oh, I didn't expect there to be a follow-up question. When in the history of sports has there never been a follow-up question?
No, how he said it was he knew there was going to be a follow-up question.
Yeah, I know, but it's stupid.
But I know, but how he said it was like, hey, cool guy. And then yeah, buddy.
Oh, shit, my thumb's up my ass. Hold on a second.
Yeah. Let me sniff my own farts real quick and respond to this. Don't worry about it, baby doll. Go in the kitchen and make me a sandwich. That's
Let me finish swiping first before you ask me a follow-up question.
All right, let's continue on, because obviously he knows what it is. You're not gonna know, and that's pretty much it.
I believe this is called mandatory minicamp.
It is.
Is Janu going to be fined for not being here?
Hal standing on his neck. See, you want to judge the fucking beat reporters, but all right, they on his neck. Let's go, Hal.
Like I said, I'm not going to get into personal matters, but it's been communicated and we're on the same page.
They're on the same page. What page is that? Him not showing up to work? How the fuck's that the page we want to be on, Mike McDaniel? On the same page.
No, the page is somebody, other team's tight end just went down, and we may be expecting a phone call here pretty soon. So yeah, nobody's gonna take a risk on either side.
Just say them and fucking say it then.
I mean, again, Joe Mama. It's Joe Mama. It says it's a mandatory camp. There's nothing personal about it. The personal problem is you're evading the question. That's what I'm taking personally.
Not getting to personal matters, dude. We only care about football. What are you talking about?
What the fuck?
We ain't asking him what he did on Father's Day.
No.
We're not asking what he's doing, what he did for Mother's Day.
I didn't ask how old his. How did he have the baby? How's his wife? I'm not asking that.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Personal matters.
No.
Is Janu going to be fined for not being here?
Like I said, I'm not going to get into personal matters, but it's been communicated and we're on the same page.
We're on the same page. That's the key. The personal matters, obviously. The same page. We're on the same page. What page is that? Oh, fuck. Janu didn't show up today. Guess I got to be on the page Janu dictates to the goddamn team, apparently. The page is what Janu says it is, Coach.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Hey, what are we having for dinner tonight, Mom? I don't really know, but just make sure me and your father are on the same page.
Yeah, we're on the same page. We don't know, and you're not getting fed. Shut up.
Right.
Just confirm Jalen Ramsey not here.
Oh, he is not here. We are focused on building the Dolphins today, and anything outside of that would any sort of distractions I'm not focused on.
Surprising.
Now that sounded personal. You want to talk about personal and talking about personal. Look, and I want to point out, he had this written down. He knew they were going to ask about Ramsey, and very rarely does he
on the same page.
Now, look, just watch.
Like I said, I'm not going to get into personal matters, but
Jalen Ramsey not here.
Oh, he is not here.
Look at him.
We are focused on.
You hear that? We are focused on. He even changed his tone.
Building the Dolphins today, and anything outside of that would any sort of distractions I'm not focused on.
Are you surprised it's taken this long to find a resolution?
I don't personally, and I would lump you into this with me. I don't give a shit about what I feel.
Personally, he don't give a shit how he feels or how anybody feels. What the fuck's going on here?
Damn,
What?
those are some words I haven't heard.
What even kind of statement is that? I don't give it personally. I don't give a shit how I feel.
What does that mean?
Well, you can't feel anything if you don't give a
Why
shit.
is he so mad?
You're not feeling if you don't give a shit.
Like, why are you so mad, dude?
Right.
Like, he cursed? He cursed, right?
Oh yeah. Oh no, he
Like,
definitely.
why
cursed.
is he so mad?
Let's hear it again. Let's hear it again.
Sort of distractions I'm not focused on.
Are you surprised it's taken this long to find a resolution?
I don't personally, and I would lump you into this with me. I don't give a shit about what I feel.
What do you mean lump you into this? What am I, a fucking piece of cancer?
Why
Lump you
is
into this?
why is the beat reporter getting lumped in? Is that because they're on the
What
same
he's
page?
Are you saying fuck
What
you
he's
to the
saying is,
beat?
like you, the beat reporter, I wouldn't give a shit about what I feel. In other words,
nobody's
don't ask
asking.
that question because
Well-
it ain't for you to wonder how I feel.
And not only that, but don't ask the question because you know this isn't what the narrative is. We're not talking about Jalen Ramsey.
He's trying to also be self-righteous, like, nobody cares about what I feel, Mr.
Yeah,
Beat.
why is he
No,
talking?
that's not what I heard. I heard that I don't give a shit, and you don't. You shouldn't give a shit either. Is what I heard. Let's hear.
Or
Let's
how
listen
he
again.
feels. That's what I'm saying.
Or
I
how
think-
they feel about it because Jalen Ramsey. It's personal. It sounded super personal. It sounded super personal.
If
with him and
someone
Jalen
curses
That was
Ramsey.
a
at you,
long,
it
that
is
was a
personal.
long Mike McDaniel, overly complicated Dunning-Kruger way to say it is what it is.
He used
Nah,
the word
listen.
personal twice already.
Yes, he has, and he's obviously given us his personal feelings. Is what's happening. So let's listen intently again.
We are focused on building the. I don't personally, and I would lump you into this with me. I don't give a shit about what I feel. I'm not.
That's
I
what he's
don't even
saying.
really
What
go
he
down-
feels don't matter is what he's saying. It is what it is.
Okay,
that's
so-
a long way to
Hold
say
on,
it.
hold
is what
on,
it
hold
is.
on,
that.
hold on.
Would
Let's
any,
listen.
any sort of distractions I'm
What he's
not
saying is my
focused on.
feelings ain't going to change the situation.
Any sort of distractions, I ain't focused on none of that shit. That's what he just said. Now listen.
It's taken this long to find a resolution.
Are you surprised it's taken this long to find a resolution?
I don't personally, and I would lump you into this with me. I don't give a shit about what I feel.
Oh no, I know what he did there. I know what he
Yeah.
did there. He just corralled. He put his arm around the beat reporter, pulled him close to him, and said, "It's you and me. We don't give a shit about timelines around here. It's these measly, stupid fans that are all worried about it."
It's the ones we look to gatekeep in the Finn's tailgate.
Yeah,
Right.
he's
They're
gatekeeping.
constantly insulting the fan base, dude.
Yeah,
the
he's
very fan
yeah.
base that pumps, that shills for them. You know?
All right. Okay.
Like,
that
with
makes
you
sense.
and if you think it's so hard, stop eating the potato chips on the couch and that kind of shit. And Mike McDaniel is always making these little comments where he's like putting his arm around the beat reporter and isolating them from
You know what
us.
color? You know what color? It's us naysayer Dolphin fans that are supposed
Like,
to be.
If we all of us in the building really know what's going on, well, why don't you tell us? That's what they're there to ask you,
Well,
Mike.
I gotta be honest. I kind of know what's going on. I've been right all the time on what the real is
No, I'm
happening.
just saying that
as-
they're like
as a lot
they're
of us.
basically they have a superiority complex, is what I'm saying. They're basically saying, "Oh, they don't know what's really all about here." You know what I mean? You're a beat writer. You're supposed to ask me that, but you're with us. So fuck all, man. We'll just tell you what to tell them. Don't worry about it. We're the elites here. They don't know what the fuck's going on. 7 years from now, when we finally win a playoff game, we'll all understand that this was what needed to be done.
Broken clock, right twice a day, Color. That's all I'm going to say. Let's continue because he gives a little bit more context on here.
Don't personally, and I would lump you into this with me. I don't give a shit about what I feel. I'm not. I don't even really go down that road of how do I feel about it. My job is to react and control my controllables and make sure that people are moving in one direction appropriately. And so the business is business. The opportunity that business does provide in the off season is a rep to the team about handling noise. What do I define noise as? Noise is
this press conference.
What the fuck is he talking about?
This press conference is an example of noise. You don't have to look any further, Mike McDaniel.
Fuck is he fucking talking about? I'm sorry to say fuck so many times, but did you see what he just did? He just hijacked the whole question. He changed the meaning, then asked himself a question and started answering it to basically say, I don't give a fuck about Ramsey. I don't give a fuck about those that want to know about it. I don't give a fuck about that. And y'all need to shut up. They have the Dolphins collectively in the team has made the negative connotations from the beat reporters, from the fans against them.
I think he's getting
us against them mentality, and that's fine.
He also said, real quick, Tonk. He also said, "I'm here to get everybody moving in the right direction." Does that include the beat writers and the fans and everybody else who has dissenting opinion?
Color the fucking. You know what happened? I probably just got gate kept, honestly, by Travis Wingfield. The new narrative to start gatekeeping out the noise, like my first indentation of what was happening, is I was right, because this is them spinning the narrative, and those that aren't on board aren't allowed to be Dolphin fans. And I'm going to say to Mike McDaniel, when you're long fucking gone, I'll still be here wearing a purple jacket, making fun of the next motherfucker.
People with receipts. That's what it is, bro.
Yeah. And they don't want to. That's the thing. They want to pull out 2-week-old receipts. I'll pull out year-old, 5-year-old receipts. That's it. I don't want to hear it. Let's continue.
I don't personally. People are moving in one direction appropriately, and so the business is business. The opportunity that business does provide in the off season is a.
That's all we were asking about is the business. You're the one that kept getting personal and talking about personally. And then you personally ask yourself a question right here.
Up to the team about handling noise. What do I define noise as? Noise is things that don't have to do with what actually you're there to do and you should be focused on doing because you'll be held accountable to do. So
was that a fucking threat to the fucking beat reporter? Was that a fucking threat to the beat reporter? Did you hear that? Listen.
Noise. What do I define noise as? Noise is things that don't have to do with what actually you're there to do and you should be focused on doing because you'll be held accountable to do. So.
Yeah, which means you're here to ask me about my flip-flops, not Jalen Ramsey.
I'm wondering who he's talking to. I'm wondering if he's talking to the beat reporter or is he actually talking to Johnny when he's talking about it?
Mystic says it's Mikey McNasty up in this bitch.
He's talking to anybody.
Yeah, he's talking.
Ask him anything but about the color of his shoes.
Well,
anything else.
You know what? The narrative's out because you know what he's saying to that one reporter, but they're all in that room. Listen, they're going, "Oh fuck, I don't want to be the next El Capitan getting blocked on fucking Twitter, not allowed to be in this bitch. I don't want to be that."
The only wants to talk about the only thing he wants to talk about is how he keeps these alligators down.
Yeah, listen, Tonk, you want to see who Travis Wingfield is? Look at Coach on screen. Now look at Travis Wingfield. Oh, look, it's the same fucking thing. Just there. That's bullshit. That's some bullshit. Let's continue.
He looks like one of them Christian warrior monks that's like, I'm a monk, but I'm about to like shred you.
What the fuck? No,
like
don't.
The guy acts all like, hey, and then he throws comments out like that, like he cuts deep. You know what I mean? Like you don't even know he hit you, bro.
It was a threatening comment, to say the least.
You're there to do, and you should be focused on doing because you'll be held accountable to do. So, business in the off seasons allows you to speak to your team about how the focus of noise is a constant battle that if you're successful, you have to win. And
nice
it's
oxymoron.
The focus really caring about all things other than what we're here to do.
Such thing. That's why it's noise.
You gotta tune in to focus in on the noise
today, which is
noise is inherently not needing focus because it's noisy.
No, it's the antithesis to focus.
Yeah, it's if anything, it's what you want to stop focusing on. It's
chaos.
An oxymoron.
Right.
It's an
chaos.
oxymoron.
The opposite of
mandatory.
Yeah. Don't. Okay. Whatever.
Mini camp practice 1.
Are there excuses that?
Hold on.
What we're here to do.
Listen.
Today, which is mandatory mini camp practice 1.
Mandatory minicamp practice 1. Now, I love how he has all this venom in his voice for Jalen Ramsey, but he has none of that same type of energy for Zach Sealer, who will be around sometime. Doing what and for how long? I don't know. El Capitan said that was going to happen, but nobody wanted to hear him. But what do I know?
But guess what? This is the first season out of the last since he's been here that Pete has not asked whether Tua is going to be at camp or not. We've got 4 other guys they're trotting out there to put it out in the air. They might not be in camp. So we don't have to, we're not even asking about Tua.
No smoke for Zach Sealer. No smoke for Jonnu Smith. Matter of fact, we won't talk about the personal stuff with Jonnu Smith. But personally, Jalen Ramsey can go fuck himself. And you can go fuck yourself for asking and talking about it and being part of the noise. And if you don't get with the program, Tom, you're part of the noise, and we're gonna block you on Twitter. And
I'd rather interview Bill Belichick at this point. At least I don't know, because we're getting just as much.
Yeah, but you know what you get with Belichick? The little that you do
get wins. At least you have wins with Bill Belichick.
The little bit that you do get from Belichick is genuine.
You know, but it's
I would argue that they both have the same. They're using the same type of language.
I know, but why even put someone out there that talks this way to people?
Because they don't want to put out information. It's the same reason
it's stupid. Though.
Hold on, real quick, Tonk, real quick. Bill Belichick,
such stupid interaction.
Thing. Go watch all of his.
No, I can't, dude. I can never watch. I've lost a lot of respect for him. The way he talks to people.
Well, I'm just saying they both do the same thing. All it is the art of not directly answering questions, just being vague.
Trying to insult someone at the same time, and it's stupid.
I don't know if he's really doing that. I think he's
okay, but just not.
He's trying to little boy him for sure. He's definitely trying to big dog him.
Hold on. He's
at the very least insulting.
He said the word personal twice. And he's cursed. So he's in a bad mood, and he doesn't want to answer questions, and he's being an asshole. Like, why are you even talking?
All right, well, let's continue. Let's continue because we're almost done. I'm not playing the whole thing.
Like, dude, you will never see me up on camera for TMI ever talking like this, dude.
I don't mind that he's talking like it. What I mind is that he's lying and acting like he's smart or something. Let's all right, let's go ahead.
Are there excuses after this day?
There's the Jalen Ramsey's absence is excused, yes.
So all that personal stuff, but Jalen Ramsey's absence is excused. But not Zach Sealer, who I told everybody about that said, fuck you, Capitan. You don't know shit. Here I am proving it right. And then also Jonnu Smith, which I told everybody about that wasn't going to be there. And anyhow.
But wouldn't that have headed off all the questions to begin with if he would have just came out and announced that? Jalen Ramsey's absence was excused today. Next question. They would have never felt the need to ask him anything else.
Well, let's continue
Because
we're
the
almost
only
wrapped
question
up.
after that would have been, "Are you sure it was excused?"
Yeah,
Nobody's
but what
gonna
I
ask
mean by
that.
what I mean by making people feel stupid is when he said, "Oh, I didn't expect her to be a follow-up question." That reminds me of
It
someone.
was condescending, is what it was.
And condescending means that you don't respect the person you're talking. Like when someone is talking to you condescending, they don't want to talk like you. It's who wants to talk to someone if you're talking condescending to them. It means you do
and
not.
it could have actually been
It
more
means
directive.
you do
Like
not want to talk to them, and
it,
so
and it could have been more directive, Tonk. Like I didn't expect a follow-up question. Like tomorrow, there's going to be a sign on the door saying no follow-up questions today.
Pretty much. Maybe that's the
I guess so.
Maybe. Well,
I mean, I don't know. I've never been in interviews where I know stuff like that goes on. So, you know, I'm on the outside looking into where, I mean, I can't imagine something like that happening, but it's just, but dude, just like I said, in the history of sports, no one has ever not had a follow-up question. It's like, stop with this shit.
All right,
like, stop with this gander.
Well, let's wrap it up here.
You can't even see his hands. Dude, you haven't even seen his hands the entire interview.
What's that say about
He could be fucking. His hands could be tied behind his back right now. And we wouldn't even know.
What would the body
like
language?
He could be held hostage right now, and we wouldn't even know.
Right, Tonk. Right,
He's
Tonk.
fucking held hostage right now.
Right, Tonk. What would the body language expert describe that as signaling? Either he feels trapped, or he's hiding something behind his back.
I would say that he's hiding something. He doesn't want to put it out there. That's what I think the body language tells us. And the body language, based on how you hold yourself, technically the way he's standing, to be honest, it's a 50-50 crapshoot. You could take a flip of a coin. Or he's not really trying to tell you really how he's feeling.
Right, but Ali, even besides the hands being behind his back, he has naturally tried to slim down his frame. When an animal does that, they're trying not to be seen.
Yeah.
He wants them to see right through him. He's slimmed down his frame.
Exactly. Like he shouldn't be talking right now. Somebody else should be talking about the team. We
ought to, Cap, we ought to hire a body language expert, bro, and have him do segments, like 20-minute segments with us, man, on these press.
I need a body. You can tell it right now.
Otherwise, we'd have nothing to talk about.
Black and blue. I don't know when he said it. He looks like his hands are tied behind his back.
Right, and he's like thinning down his profile. That's a protection. That's a defense mechanism. Is slimming down your profile.
Can you read this? Can you read this donation for me?
His hands are behind his back, spreading his cheeks so he can fart without anyone hearing.
Read it.
That's the anti-flatulation mechanism.
Thank you for the $5 donation, Joe.
That's pretty good. Let's continue on with.
He's been breaking wind.
Yeah. Hey, that's kind of a power move. Stand up there in front of everybody and just stink up the whole room while they have to sit there for a half hour talking to you. All right, so hold on. Let's go.
So, Jair Alexander is a free agent who's available on Dolphins.
So, the Green Bay Packers released Jair Alexander. They've let him go. It's been speculated on a lot. We're going to talk about it here because it's been a hot topic button item in the Dolphins community all over everywhere, and they ask him about this. Let's listen in.
Dolphins consider adding him.
Well, I think our starting point is we're considering everything. That's our jobs too. Again, those are things that my major focus is on the team. Conversations with Chris are fluid, but there's a lot of nameplates that you guys are familiar with from last year that are coming to work today to make sure that you're underselling all those nameplates at all positions. So I'm focused on those guys, really.
What? To make sure you're underselling those nameplates?
Talking about, bro?
What the fuck? Hold on. Starting
point is,
does he just have AI answer for him now?
Well, here's the thing.
Is he an android? Is this a freaking an AI android? Is that what we're looking at here?
I don't know that I really got lost in that one. He was asked about Jair Alexander, and then he said something about people coming in with nameplates making you forget about him or something. I think he's caping up for the guys that are already in the building, and that we shouldn't be
like the one
about.
that hasn't seen the field in 4 years yet.
Which one?
Cam Smith.
Cam Smith. I think this is his 3rd year, but yeah, he hasn't seen it in 3 years for sure. But let's go. Hold on, let's listen in.
Who's available?
Just listen to what he says.
Dolphins consider adding him.
Well, I think our starting point is we're considering everything. That's our jobs too.
All right. So right now, I feel like he's just answering honestly. We're considering everything. It's our jobs too. Let's continue.
Again, those are things that my major focus is on the team.
All right. So he's more focused on the guys that are the team now.
That is regarding the team, Mike McDaniel, bringing in another player.
What's up, Vamos Gatos?
That's why he asked you about the player, because he knows your focus is the team. You didn't need to say that.
All right. Well, he did say, right? He did say, hey, it is our job. We are looking into all matters. That's our job. But our major focus is on the team that showed up. Let's hear what he says next.
Conversations with Chris are fluid, but
all right. Conversations with Chris are fluid, meaning that they're in talks. They're aware of Jair Alexander, obviously. But
again, there's a lot of nameplates.
All right. What the fuck does nameplates mean? Does he mean players?
Yeah, that's there's a lot of names.
Okay, there's a lot of nameplates. Okay, what the fuck? All right, okay.
That you guys are familiar with
other human beings and get away with it.
Can you go back like 3 seconds? I wanted to hear what he said after the nameplates.
All right, hold on.
Guess that is on the team. Conversations with Chris are fluid, but again, there's a lot of nameplates that you guys are familiar with from last year that are coming to work today to
all right, so there's a lot of nameplates, a lot of players from last year coming to work today, yada yada yada.
Make sure that
good. I'm sorry.
Let's hear him out.
Go ahead.
You're underselling all those nameplates at all positions. So
oh shit, so he's attacking the media.
Yeah, what? Yeah, like what are you talking about, dude?
Yeah, like how dare you ask about Jair when we got?
Okay,
what he's doing. Can I answer this real quick? I'll tell him. What he's talking about is he wants to. He's trying to redirect the focus on the players that are already here, and it's smart. And I'll tell you why. Because if you're gonna actually answer questions about other players that are not here, let's say Jair Alexander, Rasul Douglas, and so on, right? The players that are here are going to be like, what the hell am I working hard for? I shouldn't work hard if they're just going to bring in someone else. So I think
you're right, Ali.
No,
you're right. It's an irrelevant question to ask the guy. Do you think so-and-so could make is better than what you already got? You're not going to answer that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But in the same, well, here's what I would say. He could do, a fucking whatchamacallit type of psychology. I'm blanking on the name. Reverse psychology by using a potential Jair Alexander going to come here and take the job. If one of y'all motherfuckers don't start practicing really good, he could use it in that.
He's never been about that.
What he chose to do is not say that. He could have just said maybe ask questions about the players that are here and nameplates and stuff like that. Now, remember, this is before practice, okay? This isn't after practice. Anyhow, what he decides to do is insult anyone.
Make sure that,
listen,
you're underselling all those nameplates. Those are things that my major focus is on the team. Conversations with Chris are fluid, but again, there's a lot of nameplates that you guys are familiar with from last year that are coming to work today to make sure. that you're underselling all those nameplates at all positions. So
I mean,
I'm
like you
focused on those
undersold
guys,
Tyler
really.
Johnson and everybody else
and
too.
Anything could happen. I'll adjust to whatever. Nothing's really going to rattle me. So bring them. What else?
Fuck. I mean, holy shit.
Ooh,
That was
big
a
man.
lot. That was a lot. I'm going to say this on Jair Alexander, right? Because I haven't had my take on it. Number one, the Green Bay Packers are looking to compete. They know him best. They tried to trade him. No one traded with him. There's been injury concerns. He's still a young guy to have these kind of injury concerns, stuff like that. What does he have left in the tank? Well, I promise you that the NFL bigwigs, everybody, yada, 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 knows more about it than anybody. To me, is that someone that, I mean, okay, in a 1 year sample size, yeah. And I think that's probably more likely what Jair is going to get right now because of the injury concerns and stuff like that. He's going to get a 1 year sample size somewhere. Are the Dolphins willing to pay him more than anyone else that's willing to pay him? Because that's what it's going to take. Because if you're going to only get 1 year deals for whatever reason, Jair, you're going to look to be on a 1 year deal with the most competitive team that's going to make you look the best. Just being honest. Now, I'm not saying that the Dolphins might not be that option come at the end of it, but it's more likely that a team like the Lions grab Jair Alexander. And listen in when I say the Lions. In that division, knows the Packers. Lions need cornerback help. Could come in there on a good defense, poised to make noise, looking to get into the playoffs again and actually win a playoff game. And if he can put on that, next year he can get a bag. Now, I'm not saying
not only does he know the Packers, he knows everybody, all the other teams in that
Lions,
division.
he knows everybody in that division. I'm just saying it's, or even just in the NFC.
It's no different than us picking up Jordan Poyer.
I like
going to get Alexander or somebody in the NFC North. You know,
yeah, I would like Jair to be here, but I gotta imagine if I'm looking at it from his perspective and what his potential options are going to be and what the money is going to look like, Dolphins aren't going to be offering him a multi-year deal. That's not happening, and it's going to be a 1 year deal. He's going to play 1 year. He might as well play on a team that can boost his stock.
Right. They can't offer him anything extra but the limelight of Miami.
Tampa's a good one too.
There's no hope for to be competitive as far as securing any kind of, accomplishments in your career. There is only the fun and games that is South Florida. So there you go. That's, and that's why we end up getting the players we get, because the only ones enticed by that are the ones that aren't going to put the work in. Because they're going to come down here and retire. They're going to find some reason to not be interested in football anymore. Just the way the area is. I mean, if you come down here and think you're going to start a business and I'm going to sell this, that, and the other, and I'm going to, nah. You're going to get down here and you're going to find something so way more interesting that you're going to forget that why you even came down here. I don't know what that other interesting thing is going to be, but trust me, you're not going to come down here doing what you originally set out to come down here to do.
Well, who knows, Color? Maybe you can come down here, and because we have such
South Florida's a trap, bro. You know it.
Maybe not. It could be his best option to do something and make a name for himself and try to make money or something like that.
My point is, look at even Tyreek. Second he came in the building, what's he doing? He's got a store now in Miami.
Yeah, it was different. It was different with Tyreek. Anyhow, so to me, I'm not against having Jair come here. I don't see it happening.
Max Taylor went from wrestling grizzly bears to alligators. I mean,
who?
Zach Sealer.
When was he wrestling grizzly bears?
He just seems like the type that could.
And now he's wrestling. Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he thought he came down here thinking he was going to wrestle grizzly bears like he normally does, and he found out it's way more fun to wrestle alligators.
All right, so maybe. I don't know. Listen, it's about money with him too, Color. He didn't show to fuck up the work today either. So I'm just being real.
He had some boots to make.
I don't know about that, Color. But anyhow, I will say when it comes to Jair in particularly, the Dolphins aren't offering him a big contract, and it's probably going to be a 1-year deal. And they go, hey, play well, depending on what the team's doing. Writing's on the wall with the Dolphins on what their potential future could be. That's why Jalen wants out. That's why not Tyreek, but Jonnu wants more money. I mean, it's just the writing's on the walls. It could go either way. It's a 50-50 shot and then some, right? Jair could hitch his wagon to a team with a little bit more stability and provability to have his veteran minimum paid or whatever it's going to be. It's going to be more than that, obviously, but that's the thing. Anywho, let's continue on because, just like the haters will always say that we can only talk about Tua. It's not true. We've talked 2 hours now, and now we're finally getting to Tua's interview because he's got a bit of a new message. He's got a bit of a new message, Color.
Should I cross my legs while I'm sitting here and pull my short?
Hike your short up.
And fold my hands on my knee.
Oh my God, Color, don't. I hate that. So effeminate.
We need to get Color in that position on a t-shirt.
Like on a couch, Ollie, with a couple like nondescript interviewers next to me.
Something.
When you listen to Tua talk and all that stuff, he is such a hard guy not to like. He's such a hard guy not to like. It's true. He's very likable, very charming, all those things.
Is he I just gotta ask this a question. It looks like he got some new chompers.
Oh yeah, he's had those, Ollie.
Has he?
He might have got a new grill, but they've been fake for a couple seasons now.
Okay.
Well, let's listen in because Tua has a new message.
Yeah.
Everybody getting
Look
ready.
at the toes, but don't look at it.
Man, he's just
Any
about got
questions?
his sleeves filled in, dude.
Oh no! Listen, the kid. Look,
Jesus,
coming back from injury again. Coming back from stuff. Married, having kids, partying on boats, getting in the gym, being a pro athlete.
And they do it like old style where they like tap the needle on like slowly and shit.
They got a whole method, bro. But again, a likable guy, really likable.
How you been? It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. Nothing much, brother. Just been out in OTAs. We got mini camp now, and that's what we're doing. We're just working.
At what point did the hip start to feel like you were getting?
Yeah, I would say
literally fidgety.
Well, no, I think he's a little not fidgety, Color. I think he's a little bit more comfortable in his element now. It's been years now. He seems to have a better command. I mean, he knows a lot of these guys.
Doing the old curly fist snap,
Yeah, he's just he's feeling it a little. That's okay. I'm about it. He's comfortable up there, which is fine because you can see, and he's decisive and concluded on his thoughts when he gives his answers. So listen in.
Started to feel a little better, more so like in February. Yeah.
Did they ever pin down what exactly it was?
Yeah, we know exactly what it was, but I don't want to disclose any of that information.
Is there any worry that it could be recurring, something that pops back up again?
See, that's a better
I
answer.
think if I...
Yeah, it definitely is.
I mean, it's fine. That's fine, dude. Yeah, you don't want to disclose it. Fine, we'll move on.
Yeah, and that's great.
And that's it.
Not this. Well, I knew you guys were gonna ask me that, so let me see if I can answer it in a way that says absolutely nothing. You ready, everybody? Are we ready? Is everybody
do you have your pen? How about your paper?
Go. We knew what it was, but I ain't telling you. Move on.
Well, I just want to point out we only watched 5 minutes of Mike McDaniel. That took up like a fucking hour. We've already watched a minute of Tua. Let's continue.
Now remember, though, this is a person who has a 4-year degree in communication and media communications.
I mean, that's the color. That don't mean shit. But
what was the first question again? Can you repeat the question that he got asked?
Let's go back.
I think it's something about the nature of an injury or something.
In February. Yeah.
Start asking when he felt better. Did they ever pin down exactly what it was that bothered him last year? Remember, it was speculated. There was, it's his hip, it's his neck, it's his back, it's concussions. It's not a concussion. It's actually he'd be ready for the game if the Dolphins go to the playoffs. And then now he says he didn't feel better till February, which is incredible. Just in time when the season and Super Bowl is over is right when he starts feeling better again.
That's what I was about to say.
I bet you did feel better because there was no more football talk. Let's continue.
Practice was over. Exactly.
Yeah, everybody was done talking about you. There's nothing that I feel bad about.
Feel better now that they're going on vacation. Like,
I'll tell you what,
I'd rather go back to work, bro.
It's like taking sick days, but actually going on vacation. Color. It's really
right where
weird.
you pause the picture, it kind of looks like he got some Botox done on his lips.
He did.
No, he's got his tongue. He's licking his lips right there. We just got the.
I know. I'm saying how it looks though. That's
all right. Let's continue.
Yeah, we know exactly what it was, but I don't want to disclose any
So they know exactly what it was. They knew it the whole time, and they're not going to disclose it.
Any of that information.
Is there any worry that it could be recurring? Something that pops back up?
It's like, who cares now?
Is there any worry that it's going to come back and going to happen again?
Market to somebody, you know.
They asked if it's any worry about returning.
Well, I think if I can protect myself better, yeah. But outside of that, I don't think so.
What the fuck does that mean?
Protect himself better. That seems to suggest that the injury happened on that early in the season when he dove to make that tackle.
Yes, it does. It was never,
because that was really the only spot of the season he didn't really protect himself. You know what I mean?
But here's the thing. I got to be honest, and this is why I'm out on Tua, and I've always been skeptical of him. If the thing you got to do is protect yourself in a game where people are literally trying to kill you,
right?
And because that's going to take you out of the game, then ultimately, and I'm playing devil's advocate here. No, Color, let me finish. I'm just playing devil's advocate here. If I know that if I hit you hard enough, it's game over, it's season over for you, then that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do it. Now, I don't need to do it illegally. It's football. I'm gonna get the shot. Whether I get it or not, or you dive down and don't let me get it, that's different. But you can't have the crux of the season in your game plan and everything riding on not getting fucking mauled in football.
Right. Well, let me put it like this, Cap, because I kind of started to misunderstand what you were saying, but I think I understand like in this way. If you're in your 5th year and you're having to remind yourself of Directive 1 in
Color,
football,
this is what what
got a problem.
Saban said.
Like protecting yourself is something that is the prime directive in football. You don't need to remind yourself of that. Nobody has to remind themselves of that or teach themselves to do that. You either do it or you're out of football.
Okay.
And if you can't protect yourself, you don't make it to this level. So if the fact that he's sitting there going,
again, I say inherently in football.
What, in other words, what did somebody call him on the phone and, hey, by the way, in case you didn't know, after your whole life of playing football, you might want to protect yourself.
So I'm just going to point out, okay, the only way you can protect yourself in football is by putting on the helmet and the pads. Everything else goes. So when you see a defensive tackle just come through the gap unblocked and absolutely blow up a running back, that same hit is available for anyone else that holds the football. That's the facts. So there's no protection you can practice, preach, go to sleep, motivational speaking. You can't get a fucking a hypnotist to put it in you. It's football. The only protection you get is the helmet and pads.
Right. What he's suggesting is what we've seen in his play for the last 5 years.
I gotta say,
I am gonna compromise the outcome of the game in order to protect myself.
So hold up. Mike Best says that's not true, Cap. Throw the ball away and slide. Well, sliding, a late hit, unintentional, but guess what? It still can happen. Guess what? You throw the ball away too late, it's a clean hit. Guess what? I don't pull up in time because you threw it too late, and I still lay into you. It's a flag, but it's still happening.
Here's the problem, Mike. You're not wrong. That's actually the problem, is that you're not wrong. Okay? Because here's where the issue is. He has to game plan to throw the ball away and slide. Everybody else just does it. So when your focus is, how can I get out of the play as quick as I can, you're not going to win very many games, bro. Especially the important ones against the good teams, like the playoffs and shit. If your main focus when you snap that ball is, how quick can I make this play? How quick can I get the referees to blow the whistle? You suck. That's just it, bro. Like, I want the play to go as long as it can go to give us the best shot possible chance of putting the ball across the goal line.
And listen, you know what? That's fine. Thinking you can throw away and slide to save your life in football.
I'm not even talking about that, Cap. I'm talking about when you're snapping the ball, your first directive is end the play. You're not going to have very many successful plays.
That's it. If your goal in every play is to not try to do whatever you can, life and limb, to win the game.
Right. If your prime directive is get the play done as quick as possible, no matter what the outcome, you're not going to have very many successful plays.
It's it. So let's continue.
The points of emphasis for exactly that, protecting yourself better coming into the next season. Are there any things that you can take in the offseason to sort of hone that?
They're asking what he can do to help cure not fucking getting injured by throwing away and sliding. That's what he's going to answer.
Quit.
Yeah, for sure. Doing everything I can to stay available for the guys. Like I said before, in the past, nothing changes with that. It's knowing when is the time to give up on a play. And, I would say the longevity for me to be on the field with my guys is more important than whatever that one play is. You have more quarters than there would be within just that one play that I'm trying to, show the guys that, I'm competitive and whatnot.
Yeah,
I know they know that.
It's just the fourth quarter and you didn't score all day.
It's a nature. It's a nature thing. It just comes natural to me to compete in that sense, and that's just the thing I fight with every time.
So again, what he's getting the preaching is that Tua, and it's the right answer because it's the right fucking answer. It's, hey, I would rather lose the game than lose you on the play for the season. And I get that, right? I get that. I get it. That's what he's essentially saying. I'd rather lose the game than lose you for the season on the play. And that's fine. But that is a literal holding, ticking time bomb. Because guess what? You can lose this game, but if you're in the playoffs, you can't lose this one. Or else you're going home.
It's perfectly fine to lose the season because what about when he's in the game and we're still losing the season, Mike? He acts like this guy's going to be our quarterback for the rest of time.
Well, I mean, for him, he's got a lot of money and a lot of years, and he's going to play quarterback a lot, and he's got to think about that if he wants to sit around and earn all that money.
I'm talking about McDaniel.
Oh, well, I don't care about that.
Like,
I'm just...
McDaniel, you're going to have to replace Tua one day, bro. Get used to it.
Well, who knows? McDaniel might be gone before Tua. Let's continue.
Yeah.
Or is it just a field thing, like case by case?
Well, I think that's why you have practice, and it starts in practice. I gotta sort of shift my mindset of this isn't just practice where guys can't hit me. You got to take it into a sense where, like, if this guy's here, get the ball out, and if I'm scrambling and this guy's getting close, not to just hold on to it, knowing they can hit me if it was real football, just throw it away or run and then just stop to signify to slide, if you will. But I think it's the transition and focus.
That he had a problem remembering that it was a game now and not practice. Is that basically what he just said? All of my failures for the last 5 seasons on the field were because, man, who knew? I was treating every game like they couldn't hit me.
Well, I don't think that's what he's saying, Color. I think he's saying that he's trying to implement a mindset of game mentality during practice because those windows, those milliseconds aren't there in the game, and that's where he's finding himself getting injured. I don't think that's the fact. I think he's just over-explaining what they're trying to do. Because
at the
I
very
don't think
least,
that's a
he
fact.
just admitted that what we see in camp is bullshit and a facade. In other words, if the game ain't going to be like camp, then guess what? What doesn't that make Tua a camp body?
I don't know. Let's listen in.
Game-like feel into practice. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think there is a culture shift, and I know it. I mean, I feel it just as much as everyone that's been here since I've gotten into the league. We always hear about, culture shift. You guys have a change of this. You guys are doing this. Always optimistic, but I really do feel in my heart that this is a change of scenery for our guys in the locker room, and then it also transitions to our coaches as well, because we get opportunities to lead, and it's not as much the coaches as it is the players, I would say, this year.
Really, really, really mean it this time, guys.
Well, it's funny, Color.
Really mean it this time.
Color, it's funny you should say I really, really, really mean it this time because that is the new message, Color. That's the new message.
You know what, bro? You know what? You know who says that? You know,
culture change, Color. It's a culture change.
Over and over and over again. I keep promising that the next time I won't fail you, and I keep doing it, and you keep accepting that. What do they call that type of relationship, El Cap?
They call that an abusive one.
They call that an abusive relationship. Thank you.
It's so funny you said that, Color. It really is incredible because when I heard that and I saw the quote tweet of it, I responded today about it. And I go, feel my heart. And I quoted that part for the locker room change. And I then said every liar and cheater ever. And what I meant by that is that that's what it sounds like. That's what a liar and a cheater says to their spouse. I swear I've changed. I'm not going to be that way last time. I can really feel like this time the culture is different. And this is the new message. This is the new Miami Dolphins. This is the new way of doing things. And it's just a weird circumstance to say that because listen in here. Everybody listen in.
We were talking to Mike earlier about the 24-year playoff drought. Mm-hmm. What do you think this team needs to do to get over that hump, to get a win in the playoffs?
It's cool to be friendly. All cool. I think for us, I think that's the step we took further this year as a team. That I'm able to look at you as my teammate, and I'm able to tell you what you need to work on, and you're able to tell me the same thing, and that's it. Big brother, little brother, big brother, whatever that looks like. Accountability. But, like, that's why you create those relationships off the field. Correct. So that you know where I'm coming from. It's all out of love. It's all out of respect. But if you're not helping me get to where we need to be as a team, we don't need you. And if I can't tell you that, get out. Like that is plain and simple. Like that's just how it is. That's the mindset. And I don't know if you guys were out there at practice, but everybody needs to feel that. Like everywhere. Like, and so
I think, in my personal opinion, we have the guys that we need right now to do all of that. So, and go end this 24-year drought and get us to a Super Bowl.
Notice they said 24-year drought, Color, because that was last year when they said all that.
Yeah.
That was last year's message. That sounds eerily similar to this year's message.
He blatantly told you what he's all about, though, right? You heard what he said. Did you miss it? He said, if you're not here to help me, get out. Not us, not the team.
Not better yourself, not feed your own family. None of that.
No, he was in reference.
He used the word
Well, that was in reference to ending the 24-year drought.
What about the guy that's not there to help himself? Does he count too?
But what I'm saying is,
I'd like to know what Tua has done to help himself.
Well, that too. But the point is that I'm making is that we're talking about players that are, trying to get paid and want to leave and get out now. Is he talking to them saying, hey, you're not here to help me, so get the hell out?
Well,
why do they have to be there to help him? Why can't they be there to help the team?
Ali, if you're in camp, you don't like
it was a team sport, wasn't it?
What he's saying, Ali, is if you're in camp with the Miami Dolphins and you don't like being ordered around by a little bitch, then get to stepping.
And you know who took umbrage with that? Probably Jalen Ramsey, who
exactly.
Mike McDaniel felt really personal about. And you know who else is kind of feeling that kind of way? The guys who've been leaving, the guys who continue to leave. And what do they say about the locker room? What do they say about the team? What do they say about how it works around here? And that was Tua last year. And this year, it's all smiles and giggles. And hey, all I got to do is, baby, I swear to God, I ain't going to cheat on you again. I'm going to figure out this sliding and throwing the football thing away, girl. But if you ain't going to be about me figuring out the things I'm going through, then you could just get up out of here. You see? And if you ain't on the Miami Dolphins bandwagon and preaching the Billy gospel, we finna run you up out of the community and block you up out of here.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. And for anyone who wants to know, hey, I know we put on a this, that, and the third type of program, but argue with the logic. We literally sat here for 2.5 hours and put together these strings because they line up so perfectly. And I come with the receipts. That was last year, Tua, talking about the same shit this year, Tua, saying get up out of here. And then look, where's everybody at? They up at this bitch, ain't they? Just a strange thing. Well, I appreciate you boys coming through.
Hold on, I gotta address this. Carla says everything revolves around the QB, and these guys don't see it. Listen to them. Not according to Tua, Carla. He explicitly told us that the world don't revolve around him.
And yet he said, if you ain't going to do what I need you to do, then you ain't going to help me.
All of a sudden, Cat. Right. All of a sudden, it's my way or the highway. Even though before it was, I can't be a hero.
All we do around here is just hold people accountable for their
They're literally
words.
asking the guys to follow a bitch into battle. That's what they're basically doing.
Well, I just want to say I appreciate everybody coming by to the tailgate. Shout out to everybody who donated. Appreciate you guys. Join the membership. Be a part of the truth. We're being shadow banned throughout the community, but they will not silence us here at the tailgate. Hit the like button on your way out, and we'll see you guys next time. Fins up.
Fins up.
Turner Yell makes the stop in the secondary for Denver. 1st and 10. The fake. Good block in there, and down it goes. Caught at the 30.
Welcome to the Fins tailgate. It's where we elevate. Miami Dolphins talk, yeah, we never hesitate. Breaking news, hot takes, we keep it up to date. And when the fans speak up, the panel resonates. We live that aqua and orange from the field to the mic. Breaking down the plays, man, we talk it every night. From Tua to the defense, you know we keep it tight. NFL moves, you know we got the insight. We open up the floor, yeah, it's your time to shine. Fans drop the heat with opinions realigned. You got concerns, bring them, we're gonna chime. The Fins tailgates, where we keep it prime. Welcome to the Fins tailgate, it's where we elevate. Miami Dolphins talk, yeah, we never hesitate. Breaking news, hot takes, we keep it up to date. tailgate, we always on the climb. We're repping the Dolphins, but it's NFL wide. From South Beach to the league, we keep it worldwide. Got the fans engaged with the energy supplied. Come kick it at the tailgate, we're riding high tide. Welcome to the Fins tailgate, it's where we elevate. Miami Dolphins talk, yeah, we never hesitate. Breaking news, hot takes, we keep it up to date. And when the fans speak up, the panel resonates. So if you love the game, you know we got the gate. Tune in, speak out, don't wait, it's your fate. This is the Fins tailgate, now watch us dominate. Miami Dolphins, NFL, yeah, we integrate.